the autopilot team has repeatedly said that they're designing this in such a way that the car is experiencing each next section of road as if it's the first time it ever sees it. And I just don't know that I agree with that approach entirely. I understand why they say that, right? Because the car needs to be able to react and interpret the scene in front of it because the roads are never the same. But at the same time, every road has a culture. Every road has quirks. And as a human driver, you learn what that culture is and what those quirks are. The first time you go through a road, you are cautious and you are timid as you kind of feel your way through it. But then as you drive it more, you learn how the turn works. You learn where the potholes are. You learn how the signals work. You learn all of those things. And you don't go into that intersection blindly every single time. And so I hope that eventually the autopilot team blends those two things. The ability to see and react to the world as it is being presented to you right in the moment, while also incorporating what you know about the culture and reality of the road that you are on. I think that's a really important piece of this equation as they try to move forward. So here I'm on I-95 South. Traffic on this is heavy. It moves quickly in the left lanes, and there are often big traffic jams. And there's a traffic jam down near Richmond at the moment. If it's still there when we get there, Navigate on Autopilot will tend to just try to jump back and forth in the lanes. Every time things like there's a little gap, it sort of jumps over. Like here's another good example. It thought this car in front of us was a little slower, even though I have it set on mild. And so it moved over to the fast lane and then moved right back over to the center lane right in front of a car that was behind us. Why didn't it just stay here? I mean, this could have been part of that bigger cultural view of like, how do I interpret the road I'm on, both in the micro of what's right in front of me and the macro of what I'm doing. Now, I don't know why it just dropped down to 65 there, but and I think that's some of the biggest limitations I see in trying to use Navigate on Autopilot on a daily basis at the moment is that conundrum of basically the car only literally interpreting what it sees in the few seconds right before you arrive at it. And you're going in knowing that it's not going to work right because you know there's a pothole there, or you know that the curve tightens and the car doesn't adjust well to that, only reacting in the instant. That's one thing I'm really looking for in each new update is, does it get better at the macro level of interpreting the roads it's on, not just the micro?